Hello, everyone. RBG Kingdom Kid here, back with some more Paranormasight, the 7 Mysteries of Honjo. In the previous video, we wrapped up, I guess, the tutorial? Felt like a tutorial, but like, yeah. So, Shoko is dead. Boo. Now we have unlocked the other 3 characters, which we now have their names for. We already had Tetsu. Oh my god, I know I've said it a couple of times of Tsutsumi. But we didn't know the other 2. We just knew them as schoolgirl and woman. That's all we knew them as. So, we are now going to be picking one of them. So, we have Haruo Shinigami, or Shigama, Haruo Shigama, Tetsutsumi, and Yako Sakazaki. We have 2. We know the other 2. We knew Tetsuo. And now it's Haruo and Yako. So I think I want to start off with one of these first. So Haruo, her son died, murder's kidnapped. He's investigating stuff, and she has a friend who died of a mysterious suicide a while ago. So let's start with Tetsuo. Crime scene investigation. Tetsuo, Chief Inspector of the Metropolitan Police Department, 1st Investigating Division, is investigating the mysterious death of a fellow officer. He visits the scene of the incident, the former Yasudo Gardens, with his subordinate June. Is it June or Yun? June Aroi. Aroi. So 11 p.m. So this happens before the events above us. Former Yasuda Gardens. Hey, boss. Forensics is all done. The crime scene's clean. The other officers have all gone home. It's just us now. The park should be able to open back up tomorrow like nothing ever happened. I don't get many visitors after everything that's happened. You'd be surprised. Lots of people love that kind of thing. I bet they'll be lining up to get in. Cult stuff is really popular right now. Did you know that, boss? Sounds stupid. Well, it's not exactly rooted in science, but if ghosts really did exist, we could just ask them who the perp is. Somehow it'll be that simple. But you know, I've heard that high school girls are really into the spirit board thing these days, which I saw that when I was going through the TV screens or whatever by the characters. The one for Yako is called Spirit Board, so that's probably what it's gonna be about. Supposedly you can call on spirits and talk to them by using a board with letters on it. Wouldn't that be something? You can try it out yourself if you're so interested. Hey, that's not a bad idea. Let's give it a go sometime, boss. What now? Stop messing around. You really think we're gonna solve this case by moving a coin across a scrap of paper? Sounds like you know all about it. You gotta be open-minded. Well, if that's how police work is gonna be from now on. Don't make me laugh. Spirit board. Listen up, Oreo. Ario. You can't go blaming the death of your buddy on something like the occult. I don't care if it was ghosts or the occult or what. Whoever or whatever it was that did this, I'll get them. I promise you that. Well, you've got the right attitude, but we don't even know if this is a murder yet. Biases weaken our judgment. Get too fixated on one thing and you stop seeing everything else. Aye, boss. So, now that we've finished investigating the scene, let's review what we know. Now? It's getting late. Figured we'd head straight home from here. Come on, we've got to go over all the info we've gathered. And what better place to do that than here at the scene of the crime where we can soak up the atmosphere? Soak up the atmosphere? The hell is there to soak up? You must be really into this occult stuff if you get off on being in a place like this. Wait, you mean being somewhere like this doesn't get your blood pumping? No way. No, don't turn this around on me. I'm not the weird one here, cripes. Fine, let's get this over with. Aye, boss. It's where the victim was found. It's clean now. It almost feels like nothing happened here at all. But once an incident like this has come to pass, there's no going back. Not that knowing that is any consolation. The former Yasuda Gardens here in Yokoami Ichome were originally built as part of a daimyo's estate back in the Edo period. The park became the city property a number of years ago and underwent extensive renovations. It's not so around here that has this time of night. Probably doesn't even begin to describe it. I don't think I looked at the pond when I was here last time, was Shoko. This pond. They say it used to flow into the Sumidi River. The river's become so polluted that they cut it off. Got a bad feeling about this case. My gut is rarely wrong. I knew this would be a treacherous case from the moment we were dragged into it. Alright, you keep saying the same thing. Junarue, detective in the Tokyo Metropolitan Police Department, 1st Investigation Division. His rank is Sergeant. This is the first time leading a case. It's like he's graduated from rookie to newbie. He looks put together on the outside, but acts like a kid most of the time. Honestly, the force could use more people like him. So, early in the morning yesterday, a staff member found the victim collapsed here in the park and called the police when they realized he was dead. He's like holding his chest like he had a heart attack. I mean, it looked like he had a heart attack, but probably tied to a mystery. Doesn't look like he drowned, so there were no obvious external wounds. The fact that there was a police officer and the evidence of a struggle means it's likely that this was murder. The Sumidi office sent it over to us since it involved the death of an officer, and we were tasked with the investigation. What we need to do is figure out what happened and whether there was foul play involved. I think that about sums things up. But either way, so glad you're back in 1st Division, boss. I've always admired your work. You are like a god to me. You're the whole reason I became a detective in the first place. Oh yeah, about that. People have been saying that ever since you first entered the academy, but... Yes, that's because it's true. I can't believe you got transferred out of the first just so I was assigned to it. So getting to work a case like this now, just the two of us, is a dream come true. Happy as I am to hear that, well, how should I put it? What is it? If that's true, I'm not sure you've been showing me the appropriate amount of respect. Huh? But I do respect you. Don't tell me you're going senile, boss. That's exactly what I'm talking about. When you run your mouth like that. It's getting late. You must be sleepy. Don't worry, boss. I'll make sure we get out of here soon. Yeah, I get it. Ah, my throat's a little bleh. I mean, wow, by your screwed detective abilities all day today. Oh, really? Funny, I've been wowed by you too. Okay, probably it's something I need to do other stuff first. Treacherous case from okay. But boss? Yeah. In this case, is this case really important enough to assign to someone from the investigation division? I mean, a friend of mine died, so it's important to me, but
It's all up to the higher-ups. I'm sure they've got their reasons.
Boss, you know something, don't you?
It'll all become clear in time. Try not to worry about it too much.
Thinking about it, the only thing we know for sure is the identity of the victim. That means there must have been something special about him, right? Maybe he knew something he wasn't supposed to. Some kind of secret or something. Isn't that right?
You're pretty sharp sometimes, you know that? If you picked up on that, you should be able to put the rest together yourself.
The victim is Hajime Yoshimi, the juvenile division of the Sumeri City Community Safety Bureau, 27 years old, single. He mostly dealt with cases involving juveniles and education. His rank was senior police officer.
You knew him well, didn't you? What was he like?
Yes, we were in the academy together. We still went out for drinks together every month or two. He could be a little rowdy, but he was like a big brother to us all. He was kind and cared about his friends. For better or worse, he wasn't the uptight type of cop. The man always showed empathy, and I heard he was popular with the locals for it. Treated each and every troubled kid he met with compassion. He had a great track record when it came to rehabilitation.
Sounds like we lost a good one.
Yes, we did. We truly did. I knew being a cop was dangerous. I knew something like this could happen, but
it's never easy when it happens for real. I know the feeling.
Didn't seem to care much about climbing the ranks, but he was at the top of our class. Only problem was that he took on so much. He had the most unfinished paperwork too. I always felt we need an unusual guy like him to help us solve all our unusual cases. Curse echo none. Well, no duh, he has none. He's dead. Husband was a police officer with Medi City Community Safety Bureau and was primarily responsible for juvenile and education cases. He held the rank of head patrol officer and entered the force at the same time as June Eroy. Eroy. Husband was found dead under mysterious circumstances at the former Yasuda Gardens early in the morning yesterday. Once a rebellious gang member himself, Yoshimi turned his life around and used his own experience to connect with troubled youth as a police officer. While his appearance and demeanor suggest a man who was rough around the edges, he was a passionate, loyal, and caring man at heart. Looked up to as a big brother by his peers, Yoshimi achieved stellar results in his work with juvenile cases, but his constantly sloppy paperwork and less than formal attitude essentially doomed his career and had him writing formal apologies on the regular. He left behind a fiancée whom he had been dating since high school. Well, they lied. They said he was single. Now it says he has a fiancée?
Don't worry, you're playing unusual yourself.
Me? I was the most normal of my classmates. Besides, the real weirdo among us quit the academy a long time ago.
There's one even weirder than you.
Well, it's our duty to get to the bottom of a suspicious death, especially one involving an officer. That's when he was quite the bad boy in school, apparently. He ended up with the police a lot. He said the officer in charge was good to him, helped him get back on track. The reason he wanted to become a cop was to pay his kindness forward. So that was the first time he ever took his studies seriously.
That's a good story. Love that kind of thing. Makes me want to have a drink in his honor.
Please don't make fun of my dead friend.
Hey, I said in his honor. You should aspire to become the kind of cop people miss when they die in the field.
You say that like it's a sure thing that I'll die. Besides, if I end up biting it, I'm sure you'd be the one who misses me most, boss.
Yeah.
Come on, don't be like that. You'll hurt morale.
Well, I guess how much I'll miss you depends on how this investigation goes.
I can already see it. Arroway! No! Why'd you have to go and get yourself killed?
I have no idea what goes on in that head of yours.
Yeah, it'll be a sight to see. I can't wait.
Can't wait for your own death. Get it together, kid. Sheesh, you really are something.
Thank you?
Yes, it was a compliment, I suppose. What about the victim's family?
The Shima family is from Kitsunuji in Adachi City, but Hajime's parents died a long time ago. He lived there all alone, no siblings or anything. I went to his house a few times for drinks. I was surprised. It's this huge old-looking place. Like, you know, the kind of place that seems super haunted.
And he lived there alone.
It looked like the house of an old noble family. It's hard to imagine him being such a delinquent living in a house like that. There's this bias I was talking.
There's that bias I was talking about. If he's from an old family, I'm sure things were complicated.
That's a bias too. Never talked about any of that, even when we were drunk, so I don't know how much about it. Oh, one more thing.
Yeah?
Hajime was engaged. Okay. Well, then why did you say he was... You know what? Hold on. Let's see if we can find it here. Classmates. Okay, no. Most weirdo. Nope, it's not here. But go back to the beginning. Like, you know, early on in this video where we talked about him. He said single. So you know he was engaged, but why did you say he was single? Hajime was engaged. We've been seeing his fiancée ever since they were in school. Over 10 years. Just started talking about getting married. What's her name again? He showed me a picture once. She was a beautiful woman.
That's so. How terrible for her. But she may know if there's been anything going on with him lately. We should speak to her.
Yeah. His fiancée may have been his only confidant. I'm sure someone at the Sumida Police Department has already contacted her. I'll look into it tomorrow. Hey, boss. I looked into the case that Hajime was running.
Oh, great. That's the kind of stuff I want to know. What was Hajime working on the day he died?
Well, according to the report from the day before, he had 2 cases involving juveniles.
Uh-huh.
First was the suicide of a high school girl who jumped off a building in Kamizawa last week.
Oh yeah, I did hear about that.
The girl's name was Michio Shirasashi. She was a second-year student at Komagata High School. But it seems as though Hajime had contact with her even before the incident.
So she'd been in trouble for some time.
That's the thing. About a month ago, he happened to see her walking around town. She looked upset, so he stuck up a conversation with her. He was sure there was something bothering her, but she wouldn't tell him what.
Must have been trouble at home.
That's what he thought too. Seems he visited her home and spoke to her parents, but they said there was no problem, so there was nothing else he could do. And now she's dead.
It's possible he could have prevented her suicide then.
He must have been devastated. And that's why he was looking into this. Michio Shirasashi again. He must have thought that something terrible had happened and it drove her to the end of her life. But ultimately, he never reported the findings on his investigation.
I see. You're thinking that it may have something to do with his death. We'll have to find out what it is Hajime discovered.
Right. Let's check with the Sumida Police Department about that tomorrow, too.
What was the other case he was working?
This one is also related to a Kamagawa High student. A troublemaker named Hitome Okuda. She seems to be the leader of a group of kids who get up to no good.
Juvenile delinquency. Fun.
She was pretty bad for a while. Multiple charges of destruction of property, assault and battery. You name it. Hajime had been working with her for about 6 months, and she finally started to open up. Then, he met with the girl the day he died.
Well, every school's got its problems. But I'm sure he'd be worried about how she'd go on without him.
Right. Just when she finally found an adult she could trust. She might act out without someone to help her go through this.
We'll have to make sure that Sumida Community Safety Bureau does their job. But... We can't rule out the possibility that meeting with this delinquent girl had something to do with his death. Then we'll have to interview her too.
Ah, yes, you're right. She may have been the last person to see him alive after all. I'll ask Sumidi to introduce us tomorrow. Though, who knows if they'll actually let us talk with her.
That's what we hired you for. With a little boyish charms on them if they need convincing.
Ah, yeah. I'm sure they prefer me over a scary-looking old man like you, boss.
Watch it. I'm still your superior. You ought to act like you respect me at least.
Oh, I thought I was.
You were? Shit, is that just how your generation speaks? You really are a new breed.
It's probably just me, actually.
Oh well, don't think you can get away with that with other people.
So anyways, boss.
Were you even listening?
We've got quite a bit to look into tomorrow. First, the two Kamigawa high school cases that Hajime was handling. We need to speak with his fiancée as well. I believe that's it for tomorrow.
Notes. Okay. We're not done yet, but that's about that. Cause of death.
As for the cause of death, we won't know until the autopsy is done. From what I've seen, though, it appeared to be some kind of acute heart failure. But since he had no record of chronic illnesses and had no visible wounds, it's possible that poison or drugs could have been involved.
Dying in the middle of the park like that certainly seems suspicious.
Found signs of a struggle at the scene, as well as footprints belonging to an unidentified individual. We've got people trying to identify those prints.
We can find who they belong to. We might be able to figure this whole thing out.
Yes, wouldn't that be nice if that were the end of it? The only things Hajime had on him were his badge and his wallet in his pocket.
So we can rule out a mugging. Though there probably aren't many people who'd think to try mugging a cop as big as him.
I've also heard that Hajime got into a fair few fights in his younger days. He started judo once he became an officer and rose up the ranks quickly.
Sounds like the perp would have to have been pretty strong to take on Hajime.
Oh, pfft. I kind of hate the fact that, like, using the analog stick, it moves the cursor and doesn't, like, move it down like that unless I'm using the directional buttons. Time of death was around 11 p.m. 2 days ago, outside the park's opening hours, of course. His body was found early in the morning yesterday.
11 p.m. the day before yesterday. What was Hajime doing out here at that time in the first place?
That's the question, isn't it? The entrance of the park is closed after hours. There's a small gate that'd be fairly easy for him to get through if he really wanted to. That would, of course, be breaking and entering, but what do you think, boss?
Someone called him here? I think someone called him here. And it's hard to imagine a cop like Hajime would trespass for no reason. And since it seems like someone else was here with him, could they have called him here?
Oh, that does sound likely.
They must have been talking about something pretty sensitive to come here in the middle of the night. So Hajime met someone here to discuss something in secret.
And then they got into a fight?
No, that wouldn't match the cause of death. There are no wounds on the body that would indicate a spontaneous scuffle. The perp must have planned something.
Do you think it was meditated? That would mean they called Hajime to the park with the intent to kill him.
Well, there's still the possibility that it was just some kind of accident. Maybe the perp tried to threaten Hajime, and things went south from there. We should be able to get a clearer picture once we know exactly what killed him.
Right.
Okay.
On the topic of family, what's yours like, boss?
The hell's wrong with you? Prying into my personal life all of a sudden?
It's just, I never heard you talk about them or anything. Oh, are you single?
Shut it. It's none of your business.
Well, ever since I joined the force, I've been thinking. The department really pressures young officers to get married. I wonder why that is. You don't say anything like that, though.
How should I know? I caved to the pressure myself and got married 20-some years ago.
Huh? So then...
God, you're relentless. She took our daughter and I left 4 years ago. Thanks for reminding me.
Oh, I'm sorry. Can't believe she'd give up a guy like you.
Yeah, I was never home much. Too focused on work. I'd come home late only to get called right back out again. Plus, being a cop is dangerous work. I don't blame her for getting fed up with it all.
How sad. Especially when you're out here putting your life on the line. Oh, is that why you transferred out of the first?
It was already too late by then. Better be careful, Ario. Ario.
You say that, but there's not much I can do, is there? That's the nature of our job. There aren't many who could really understand it, not unless they're involved with police work themselves or related to someone who is. But wait, you have a daughter, boss?
You really think I want to talk about her after all that? Have some sense.
Come on. Promise I don't mean this the way it sounds, but how old is she?
Jeez, you don't know when to quit, do you? At least try not to look so integrated. Well, she's a bit rough around the edges. I think most men are intimidated by her. Last I heard, she's living by herself and going to college.
Wow, a college student. Man, love an educated lady.
Stop that! What kind of cop are you, making baseless assumptions like that?
She's living on her own, though, huh? You must worry about her.
Worry? I don't even know where she lives.
Oh, so she hasn't told you. Probably because she knows you'd follow her around everywhere. God, it is hard to do his voice with my throat. I think I have just a sore throat.
I would not, don't think.
Come on now, we both know that's not true.
Listen here.
You may look like a mean old man, but you sure have a soft side.
What? Is that supposed to be a compliment? I can't keep up with you. We're done talking about this.
Well, that reminds me. If you got married 20 years ago, it must have been right around the Nijima murder.
You know your history. Yeah, that happened a year or two after our wedding.
You were the one who arrested the killer, weren't you? We studied that case at the academy. I was only in elementary school at the time, but I still remember people talking about some dangerous criminal getting arrested.
All that was just cracking the case, finding the guy. It was all just happenstance.
Maybe I should give him a different voice so I don't have to, strain my fucking throat every single time I'm speaking.
I'd rather not.
There we go. I think that works.
I'd rather not think about it. It was a disturbing case.
I'm not really straining my throat when I'm talking like that, so it works a lot better.
Did it not make your skin crawl when you learned about it at the academy?
It did. We were all terrified.
Sounds about right. No one could believe that such a mild-mannered man could have committed such a terrible murder. If we had overlooked one little thing, we have never caught him at all.
I think I remember hearing there was only one charge brought against him in the end.
That's right. We didn't have the evidence. I knew there was no way such a meticulously planned crime could have been there first, but we may have struck Fumichika Nijima in a cell, but it was no victory. He always had the upper hand. And all the damage he did to everyone involved, especially the victim's classmates. It's already been 20 years, huh? God damn it. This is why I try not to think about it.
I'm sorry.
Overview. A notorious case from over 2 decades ago involving the murder of a female high school student. It came to the attention of the authorities when part of a human left hand was discovered floating in the Sumida River. Damn. Testing revealed it to belong to a missing female high school student and appeared to have been severed deliberately. The police launched a murder investigation. A large-scale search for the river was organized, but the highly polluted state of the water made this impossible. Visible was poor, the stench was intense, and the divers quickly fell ill. They succeeded in recovering only the victim's head and what appeared to be part of her leg before the search was called off. At the time of the incident, the Sumida River was as polluted as it had ever been. Neither fish nor shellfish could survive in it, eventually causing the annual fireworks festival to be called off indefinitely. Over the course of the search, the police discovered a number of unidentified human bones. This caused a stir among the public as several other young women had gone missing in recent years in the Tokyo area, and it was feared that they may have fallen victim to the same fate. Forensic technologies at the time, however, were not advanced enough to determine the identity of the deceased, and so the police were unable to open any inquiries. Due to the overwhelming lack of circumstantial evidence, the investigation ground to a halt until a heretofore unrelated individual came to the attention during a question about a separate incident. Fumichika Nijima, a 36-year-old shop owner with no relation to the victim, divulged details about her that had never been released to the general public. An investigation into his background was conducted, leading to his arrest. I think just because talking in his voice that long and now just talking for any long periods of time is also going to strain my throat for a little bit, so probably take a little, well, we still got some time. I'll still record for a little bit. I will, record this part, but I think I'll be done recording afterwards. Nijima testified that he had snatched his victim from the street and confined her to an underground storeroom in his shop, which also served as his living quarters. He chose her for no specific reasons, but simply decided she was an opportune target on seeing her walking alone at night. After keeping her locked up for several days, he restrained her, sewed her mouth shut, and severed her fingers and toes with a box cutter while she was still conscious. God damn. As she screamed silently behind her sealed lips, he proceeded to her wrist, her ankles, her elbows, her knees, working his way inward slowly and methodically. His victim constantly wavered in and out of consciousness. Her ordeal continued until she died of blood loss. Nina's dismembered the rest of her body and disposed of it behind his home in the Sumida River before cleaning his storeroom and returned to his everyday routine as if nothing had happened. The brutality of his actions shook the nation when they were eventually reported. Once apprehended, Nijima readily divulged the details of the murder, but was less willing to explain his motive. When asked, he would only break down in tears, saying, "I don't know what came over me. I knew it was wrong." In the end, police could extract nothing more from him than expressions of remorse. Although the efficiency of this method strongly suggested that he had committed similar crimes in the past, no corroborating evidence ever came to light. Nijima was sentenced to life in prison at his first hearing. The sentence was imposed with no appeal from the defendant. Damn. So all this occult stuff. Have you heard about it, boss? What are you talking about?
The Rite of Resurrection thing that everyone's talking about.
No, not you too. I've been hearing about that shit everywhere.
Oh, have you? That's surprising.
Who cares what people are talking about? It's got nothing to do with our job.
Don't you think the occult stuff with this case feels, I don't know, realer somehow? This whole thing started right here in Honjo and Sumida City, so I thought that maybe.
Cut it out. Nothing good can come of getting involved with that rite. Of whatever or what. Or that record of fates.
Sounds like you know all about it. Boss, are you secretly into the occult?
Stop that. Seriously, this isn't a joke. I get why you're intrigued by something called the Rite of Resurrection after a buddy of yours died, but bring the dead back to life? That's the stuff of fantasy. It's not real. So don't go hoping for miracles. Got it?
Well, boss, I think that's about it. That about does it.
Right, let's call for tonight. I'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah!
Oh God, what is that?
Huh, boss? What's wrong? Don't tell me you're going senile.
Damn it was that case all along.
True lie. Do not be fooled. It is the true lie. It is no, believe me, see the truth. Boss, what is it? Is there something over there?
Gah!
Such deep sorrow. Resentful memory. Those who deceive the falsehoods and to the hunt up forever in eternal darkness. Kill them. Kill them. Those who spread lies. Kill them all. You've acquired the power of the curse stone, the evergreen beach. You can use it to kill those who intentionally try to mislead you. Press the use curse button when someone lies to you. No. So we got the evergreen beach. Kills by hanging one who tries to mislead the curse bearer with false statements. He deceived us with his so-called Rite of Resurrection. The man who tricked the people with his false dark arch swings from a rope. They thought the man had escaped the previous night, but oddly enough, he was found hanging in the garden of the Daimo's mansion that morning. The man, a local named Jinkichi, was known for his kind temperament and skill in crafting Netsuki claps. While his life wasn't always easy, he was optimistic, the type to smile through whatever life threw at him. He was the kind of man who would take care of those who didn't have anyone else to rely on. The prosperity that the Ukiyo boom brought must have been what fanned the flames of his greed. The old craftsman was found in a miserable state, as if sentenced to some cruel fate. Perhaps he ended his own life, unable to bear the weight of his crimes. But dead men tell no tales, and the people thought of him as a bad man even in death. He hung there for days, still his neck stretched horrifically, a visage of pain still etched on his face. It was clear he must have struggled greatly as he died, his flesh marked with dark scars where the rope wrapped around his whole body. The beech tree's leaves do not fall, and neither did the man's body hang from it, as the mansion's owner was not at home. Another unfortunate event. The people held their tongues fearing divine punishment, but the rumors persist nonetheless. Is that... yeah, that's the rope behind him there. Damn. And that's the girl. Funny enough, like, as far, like, this game does not have a physical release. I think you can only get this digitally. She's, like, the prominent, like, you have all the characters. You have, it's weird, like, you have, Soka, or not Soka, you have, whatever his name is. The guy who we were first playing as. He's kind of like the biggest one out of them, besides, you know, the cursed girl that's behind him. So you have her, you have Yoko, you have, I believe, the private detective. You have Haruhi, you have the schoolgirl, and you have the Yoko, did I already mention? And you have these two on there. And I think you have a couple other people too that I can't quite remember, but yeah, it's very interesting. How, like, she's like the one there, obviously. Well, I guess it makes sense that she was like the first one, so. But it wouldn't make sense. As to why, so. Ugh! Murderous impulse seeps into my soul like thick black tar. Now. Kill. Can you hear it, Caspera? You, who so strongly desires the right. Why does it keep saying... Why is that now loading thing there? I feel like that's a glitch. Kill them. Boss! Boss! Boss, what's the matter? Don't tell me you really went senile.
Sorry. I'm fine.
Arroway. Yes?
I have some bad news.
Oh no. Is senile... Senility is kicking in, isn't it?
No, we've got a bit of trouble on our hands. Looks like we'll be working some overtime. We're not going home tonight.
Huh? What are you talking about? So you gonna tell him? Should I keep going down this path? Should I try something else? What time is it? Ah, fuck, okay. I mean, I guess we'll keep... Yeah, let's keep going. Tatsumi and Yoon are sorting through the facts of the scene of Officer Hajime Yoshima's mysterious death. Tatsumi denies the existence of the Rite of Resurrection until the cursed echo of the Evergreen Breach appears before them. Tatsumi's... Tetsuo. Okay, so let me get this straight, boss. The Rite of Resurrection really exists? And to use it, you have to kill people using the power of curses from the 7 mysteries of Honjo? And the curse you have is from the story of the Evergreen Beach that's told in this area? Is that right?
Yeah, pretty much. You're quick on the uptake.
You weren't your usual silly self when you were explaining, so I knew you were telling the truth.
I'm never silly.
The only thing I have trouble believing is that you're taking this occult stuff seriously now. I mean, talk about paranormal. I thought you didn't believe in any of that.
It's not that I don't believe in it. My familiarity with it is why I've tried not to get too close.
Are you just being a sore loser? Not used to admitting you were wrong?
Oh, shut up and listen to me. No point in trying to hide things anymore. We don't get anywhere if you don't understand this, so listen up. Please just listen.
You don't have to keep saying it, I'm listening.
We don't have time to waste. We'll talk as we walk.
Hey, wait for me, boss! Ooh, this music. Do 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 do. No. Some good ass music. Sorry, I just want to double check one thing. You're telling the truth, right? This isn't a side effect of your senility?
It's the truth. Now, not like I can prove it, though. The feeling the existence of a secret department is against the rules, even up to a fellow cop. But this is an emergency. I need his help. I'll tell him. It's not stupid, but it sure can be slow sometimes. Now, I think that positivity of is may come in handy at some point. I'm sure I know this, but this is all top secret. No sharing it with anyone.
Right, you can trust me not to. But, no, I just can't believe it. I've heard rumors that you used to be a member of a secret division attached to the Security Bureau. Can't believe we actually have a department called Paranormal Affairs.
Yeah, I'm sure it comes as a shock. I can't believe it myself. I thought the higher-ups were messing with me. Really had me worried for a while there.
No, this is incredible. That's the whole reason I became a cop. I was always fascinated by secret agencies and stuff.
You serious?
Thinking about it totally makes sense. If curses and spirits really do exist, then of course we need a special department to protect citizens from them.
You seem a bit too eager to believe all this. And hang on, I thought you joined up because of me.
Come on, boss. Do you only have one favorite food? You can't like more than one thing.
Yeah, whatever. In any case, the official stance is that supernatural doesn't exist, so Paranormal Affairs operates in secret. Still not sure why they stuck me there. Those 4 years I worked in nothing but cases involving the supernatural.
Tokyo Metropolitan Police Department Security Division Special Security Unit, Paranormal Affairs Bureau. Jesus, that's a long-ass fucking names. More commonly referred to as simply Paranormal Affairs. Okay, I'm just gonna read this silently. Unless I see something interesting, I'll bring it up. Only 5 members. Including Mio Kurosuzuki. I have no idea who that is. Close look and experienced detectives with paranormal abilities on their own, such as are sometimes assigned to investigate. Man named Kure Nagagoshi, a family of psychics who has been involved in keeping the world safe from paranormal phenomena for generations and has served as Mio Kurosuzu's mentor since discovering her. Kure is an elusive figure. Very few have met him in person, and he is rarely seen in the office. It's said that is because he has often been the target of curses. However, some theorize that it is in fact because Kurene is not actually of flesh and blood at all. His seat at his office is usually occupied by a nun or a Nue, legendary creature found in Japanese folklore. The Nue resembles an ordinary white thrush and acts as Kurene's messenger. In the bizarre scenes of police officers earnestly reporting their finds to a bird. The term Nagaoshi's case serves as a code name used to refer to cases under investigation by Paranormal Affairs. I got persons of interest. Oh, just these two. Okay. Fresh Police Department. Young detective. First Investigating Division with a sergeant. Encountered a curse echo while investigating he has no curse echo. With a colleague in the former with Sumitsuya. Explained to him that supernatural is real. He accepted this as fact without a moment's hesitation and vowed to help his partner solve the case. Born to a relatively well-off household, with a sense of self-esteem and his alternate outlook on life, although watching action movies and detective series as a child installed to him a desire to help those in need. It was the side of Tetsuya Tsutsumi, who was in charge of investigating a case Jun was involved in as a student, that truly inspired him to become a police officer. Jun still maintains a strong respect for Tetsuo. He also gets much enjoyment out of making casual cracks to get a rise out of the veteran officer. As a result, Jun continues to hold on to the faint hope that the world is as he pictured it in his youth. The only place in which superhuman heroes do battle against secret evil organizations. He attended Police Academy with Richter Kai, who is now a private investigator. The two initially became friends when Jun found Richter holed up alone in the reference rooms, scouring over old crime data, and invited him to go bowling, a popular pastime during this era. So Richter. So he's friends with him. Veteran detective. Specified by Evergreen Beach Echo. He makes use of this experience to investigate the ongoing larger scale. Sitting behind a desk, always worked on the field as he moved his way up the police force. Behind the stern face lies a compassionate man ever prepared to help his fellow officers. Same attentiveness is to his work and colleagues, however, cost his marriage several years ago. Has a penchant for candy and desserts, which he tries but fails to conceal from other officers at the risk of appearing soft. He delighted in buying local sweets wherever he is sent to investigate a case and would often volunteer to be dispatched to this distant locations to acquire them while he was with the Paranormal Affairs Bureau. He's also surprisingly knowledgeable about current trends, a trait he puts down to investigating related research, but which is actually spurred by his wish to have something to discuss with his daughter. Oh, that's kind of sweet. So, do you have it?
Have what?
Spirit sense, of course. Are you what they call a spiritually gifted?
Nope, never felt anything at all. If I did, I'd be a lightweight at best. One beer, I'm down for the count.
Oh. Huh? Is that how people in the field quantify someone's spirit sense? Like how much liquor they can handle?
Nope, that's just me. Thought I'd help get the point across.
Oh. Huh?
Sorry, seems like I keep disappointing you.
No, it's not your fault, boss.
At the risk of disappointing you yet again, I'll tell you one more thing. Spirit sense is usually something you're born with. It's tough to develop it later on.
What? So there's no hope for me. Say it isn't so. Say it ain't so. Oh, your drug is a heartbreaker.
Of course, you're interested. Well, you never know. You may have some hidden potential. I know there's a high schooler who's got so much spirit sense that she works on the front lines. I say work, but she wasn't paid because it was supposedly part of her training.
Yikes. That seems like it'd be in violation of Article 69 of the Labor Standard Acts.
No, you really know the law. Wow, you really know the law. No comment.
Even the occult field has workers' rights issues, huh? Yeah, I see that guy there. Shadowy figure. So, what do we do now? Got this Rite of Resurrection and the curse echoes of the 7 mysteries of Honjo.
The curse being spread around the city is a bit of an emergency.
Is that bad? It's that bad?
I'll put it this way. It's like handing out guns all over town.
Jeez, that's real bad.
It is. So we need to find the source and put a stop to it before something terrible happens. Usually a bad job for Paranormal Affairs, but I talked to them on our way here. The main team is tied up till tomorrow night. So they told me to deal with it myself. So I'll be fine since I have some experience.
Huh? What? That overtime you mentioned means...
Yep, you're gonna help me, partner.
Alright, let's do this!
You seem a bit too eager to dive into all this. You really have no reservations working a case you know nothing about.
You said this was an emergency. I didn't think we had a choice. I'm just trying to be logical about this, boss.
You really are something. It might actually be nice having you around.
Why, thank you. So what exactly do we do?
These curses are connected to 7 mysteries, and the people who have the others should all be here in town.
Right. There's 7 of them. That means there are 6 more out there.
And we have to stop them all before they kill anyone with their curses. If we can, we should find and collect all the curse stones.
But boss, from what you said earlier, killing a curse bearer gets you closer to completing the Rite of Resurrection. Won't your life be in danger if they find out you're a curse bearer?
Pretty much.
You can't let that happen. Should you even be out here right now?
Hiding would only be a waste of time. The mysteries of the one-side reed is associated with Ryoko Bridge. I was hoping we'd be quick enough to run into the one-side reed's curse bearer. No such luck, it seems. Well, if nothing else, maybe word will spread that the cops are on the lookout and people will behave.
That's putting a lot of trust in whoever these other people are.
But it's possible that other curse bearers with the same idea will come here. Talk to anyone you see who seems suspicious.
That means someone who may have the power of a curse. Understood. In that case, why don't I ask that guy who's been watching us this whole time?
What do you know? There's someone there. Good luck.
Hey, you there. Sorry to bother you, but I've got some questions. I'm with the police. I don't like that. I don't think it's been doing this all this time, but now it's doing it. I don't know. Oh boy, it's him. Thanks for your cooperation. We'll be asking you a few questions, Mr. Yutaro Namigaki. That's your name, correct? Huh? Yes. I don't mind answering your questions. You're a detective. Did something happen? All right. Lots of things have been happening around here. Like people dying. Boss, let's talk to this guy.
If there was a normal case, I'd be fine letting him take the reins. But curses are involved here. I should take over. So, what to make of this guy?
Well, maybe I should... Oh, wait. I'm not going to save yet, but I'll save later.
The man identifies himself as Yutaro Namigaki, 21-year-old college student. He was watching us so calmly. We need to be careful with this guy. So, what is it you were doing here?
Ah, it must be the incident at the former Yasuda Gardens, the dead policeman. I can't imagine a detective would come all the way out here otherwise.
Huh?
Say, Mr. Detective, have you ever heard of the Evergreen Beach?
One of 7 Mysteries of Honjo, right? Why do you ask?
I was looking for it. Actually, I was wondering if either of you knew anything about it.
It's the Evergreen Beach you're after. You'd be better off looking around the former Yasuda Gardens than here.
Oh, you know a lot about this. But that's what I thought. Detectives, you have the curse stone of the Evergreen Beach, don't you? How did you know?
Area, you idiot!
Hahaha. Well, that was much easier than expected. Oh, crap. Sorry. It was simple interference. I figured you would have taken the curse if you were just in the gardens.
If you know that, then you must be a curse bearer yourself.
I have no intention of hiding anything. I planned to tell you from the start. Look. This is my curse stone. I believe it's called the Foot Washing Mansion.
That's right. But are you sure about this?
I'm not so rash I'd kill someone as soon as I found out they were a curse bearer. Not without talking to them first. He said these exact same fucking lines. You're the same, aren't you, detectives? You wouldn't use a curse on a normal person. Let's speak as equals, shall we? Boss?
Sure. We'd rather resolve this amicably, too.
Alright, now here's where I'm gonna save.
He really is a curse bearer. He may only be talking with us to try and activate his curse. I'll have to be aware of anything he asks me to do. I could tackle him and pin him to the ground, but that might have something to do with his curse. slip of the tongue could get us killed. I have to try and discern what activates its curse. So, what do I do? I mean, I already know what activates this curse, but I'm gonna wait. Before we talk, there's something I should tell you. This is my curse stone, the Evergreen Beach, just like you thought.
What? Boss, why would you tell him?
That's where all the curse works.
Boss, are you having another senior moment? If you tell him that.
It hangs on death. It hangs to death anyone who would try to mislead me. So if you try to lie to me, the curse stone will let me know. I don't have to use it to tell. Understand?
Oh, really? That's super useful. I see. Understood. That's a pretty useful power for a detective.
No, then let's talk.
Damn, seems I've lost the upper hand. No point for petty tricks then. I'll be honest with you.
So far, so good. I mean, I don't want to kill anyone anyway. For multiple reasons. One, I'm a cop, and we're trying to do this without anyone dying, I'm assuming.
There's someone I want to bring back, so I like your assistance in collecting soul dregs.
Can't help you.
Please, all you have to do is tell me who the other curse bearers are.
Sorry, but as a police officer, I can't just look the other way and let you go.
Please, if you help me, I'll let you two go as well.
Is that a threat?
No. Yes, it fucking is. I'm taking down the audio right now. It's your final warning. My curse, the foot-washing mansion. Do you really think you could escape it just by being careful? Didn't matter to me which of you was a curse bearer. I'll be taking both your soul dregs anyway. Wait, Namigaki! The foot-washing mansion is a powerful curse, and so simple to activate. It's right whenever I need it. There's no escape from the voice of my feet.
Oh wait, get out of here! Hurry! I'll find you later.
What? Okay. Too late. You're the voice of my curse echo.
The voice of his curse echo?
What? Why is my curse echo working? Impossible. This has never happened.
What's happening? I don't hear anything. Airway, now, grab him!
Right. Namagaki, get down! I mean, again, I don't think it really fucking matters, but I'm putting it back up anyway, so. I hate that the now loading. I feel like that has to be some glitch. Maybe it'll be fixed when I close the game or something. Namigaki, get down! Yeah, damn it. Boss, here, his curse stone.
Good work, give it to me.
Attain curse stone acquired, the foot washing mansion. Damn it, why? What do you think, boss? Should we lock him up? I haven't even touched you. You can't consider that assault of a police officer.
Let him go. All we need is a stone.
How could this happen? My Rite of Resurrection.
Give it up. The right was too good to be true from the start. I don't know what happened to you, but you'd be better off mourning whoever you lost the right way. Now get out of here.
Damn it. Phew, that was a close one, huh, boss? We'd probably be dead if you had activated its curse.
Yeah, I'm not sure what, but something stopped his curse from...
Boss, are you okay? Is having another curse stone hurt?
Yeah, the curse from this one's flowing into me too.
Oh no.
I saw it activates the curse of the foot-washing mansion, and resentful memories bound to it. I see. I always thought this was one of the strange of the seven mysteries. Now I know why. This sure is something.
What did you see?
Let's save that for later. All you need to know for now is that it's a particularly powerful curse. We're lucky we took it from him quickly.
Phew. Alright, let me see what it is. Okay. Kill by crushing one who hears the comment wash. Oh, he hears the command wash. So it's just straight up saying all he has to do is say wash. And that's it? Huh. She was an accomplished Onmyoji. Alas, she did not use her talents for the good of the world or the people, but for her own selfish pursuit of beauty. After a fierce battle, the woman dragged herself through the streets. It was like something had gnawed away at her body. Will I die? I've already obtained what I needed, as long as I have this. Suddenly, a terrible realization dawned on her. Her legs wouldn't move. She fell to the ground. What was happening? Surprised, she looked down. Her foot, once so beautiful and delicate, had grown ulcerated and rotten. He got her. She was on the verge of death and covered in filth to boot. Crawling to a nearby house, her breath caught in her throat. The curious residents opened up but recoiled from what they saw. My foot is so filthy. Someone please, quickly. The woman expired while mumbling something unintelligible. And so ended the life of a woman consumed by evil. And that isn't it. I mean, it's straight up feet. That makes one stone. Where do we go now?
We'll visit all the places associated with the mysteries while it's still dark out.
You mean we have to do that all over again?
I hope they aren't all as aggressive as him, but people do crazy things to bring back someone they love. Seems that the hatred that cursed stones are embedded with makes people more willing to kill.
Really? Then what about you, boss?
I'm fine. I may not have any spiritual sense, but I'm tough when it comes to this stuff. That's why they loved me in Paranormal Affairs.
So you are spiritually gifted after all. Alright, let's head to the next place.
Do you have a next place?
Do I want to keep going there? Maybe, you know what? I think I am going to end it off here. And I'm going to start with another person later on. So anyway, guys, that is going to do it for this part of Let's Play Paranormasight. In the next part, guys, I don't know, we'll either do Haraway or we will do Yako. I don't know, we'll see. But anyway, guys, thank you all so much for watching this video. Guys, if you liked the video, please give the like button a click. And comment down below what you like about the video, didn't like about the video. And let me know, guys, what you think of Tetsuo and his curse stone. And now that we know how the foot washing mansion works, how do you guys feel about that? It's interesting stuff happening, and I can't wait to keep going on with it. So yeah, let me know. And as always, guys, hit the subscribe button so you don't miss a beat, and subscribe to the main channel too. That's in the description below, as well as follow me on Twitter. Both my main Twitter, the RBG Kim Kid Twitter, are in there too. Thank you all so much for watching once again, and I will see you all next time.